Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are at in the world. And welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I am very grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. Um, when you come into this live stream, give me a Fonzie, either by double tapping the screen or just simply hitting a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. Tell me a little bit about your story. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you know when I post videos or when I go live. All right. So all of that helps out this channel, and I'm very grateful for all of your love and support. So today is TGIF. Thank God it's Freya's Day. July 31st. So you have the July, which is a 7, the 31st, which adds up to a 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Master number 1 for the year, 111. So be aware of thoughts, because where you put your thoughts, you are manifesting, especially as we are heading into a portal here, the new moon to new moon portal, or full moon to full moon portal. The full moon in Aquarius to the lunar eclipse in Pisces portal. That time frame, we are manifesting really quickly because we're in the energetic month of 8 through that Lion's Gate. All right. Leo the Lion is a fire sign. Fire talks about quick manifestation, where you put your time, your energy, and your focus is what's manifesting. So be aware of that, air signs. By the way, this is for Gemini, Leo, Aquarius. All right, so let's go ahead and see what Divine Feminine wants to come out for the element of air. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have, I have no clue. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. The power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material. Everything is material for my relation. I have no clue how to pronounce that name, but yeah, there she is. The essence of all Buddha. And then Bridget, the goddess of eternal flame. And we was just talking about that fiery energy with the sun in Leo. And we're in 2 weeks. We'll be in the solar eclipse new moon in Leo. Leo is all about our heart space, our creativity, our childlike innocence. So be aware of that, right? Be aware, because today our minds are fertile, right? We just come through the full moon in Aquarius. The full moon, the next full moon will be in Pisces, and it's a lunar eclipse. So this next month, moving to the 8-8 Lions Gate is very fertile time frame to be aware of your thoughts, air signs. All right. So Kuan Yin was the first beautiful goddess to come out of Divine Feminine. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. See the butterfly? She looks like she's giving a yoni symbol, but the butterfly there. And then she got this red, whatever this is, mudra around her head, which talks about feeling secure within herself, feeling secure within her body, feeling healed, feeling compassion, feeling loved, care, compassion, because Kuan Yin is all about compassion, love, all right? Being compassionate with people who may not have what you have, and seeing both sides of a story in a situation, all right? And then Fatima is the other one, the mother of Imams. Fatima is like a version of Mother Mary, who is a prophetess for some of you out there if you don't know. So let's talk about Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is 104, which is a 5. This talks about the changes that we can make within ourselves to feel secure, to open ourselves up to compassion, to open ourselves up to what we healed to be that prophet or prophetess. 104 is significant, and Fatima is 60. 10460. 111. 6. I lost her here. 6 and a 1 is a 7. With a 4 is an 11. So 11, mastering something today. All right, so Kuan Yin 104. Kuan Yin represents the presence that listens deeply to our prayers spoken from the heart. Kuan Yin or Kuan Yin is an incarnation of, oh my goodness, Avalokitesvara. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Bodhisattva of compassion. She is known as the goddess of mercy and is considered to be the most beloved Buddhist deity. Her name her name translates in Chinese as the one who perceives the cries of the world. So, whenever I'm talking to you, air signs, you are very empathic because you're the one who sees, you're the one who feels, right? You feel everything. The weight of the world is on your shoulders. She is often compared to the Virgin Mary in Christianity because she intercedes on behalf of all those who call out to her with humility and sincerity. Scholars believe that the Buddhist monk, I don't know if you can pronounce it, was the first to refer to the female form of Kuan Yin in his Chinese translation of the Lotus Sutra in 406 CE. So another 406. 10. She is associated with the number 33 because she appears 33 times in the sacred text. So master number 33 is significant here. She can be seen 333, which today adds up to a 3. 731 with the energetic gear of 1 adds up to a 3. The Lotus Sutra reveals that the mudra most often associated with Kuan Yin is the Yoni mudra. What did I say about that? Her cupped hands symbolize the womb to remind us that we all enter this world through the female form. The Buddhist Saint Mio Shan is believed to have been the incarnation of Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin was originally worshipped as a male deity, but at some point during the Northern Sung Dynasty, 960 to 1126, Kuan Yin began to be worshipped as a female. Mio Shan is believed to be the cause of this transformation. The legends of Mio Shan contain beautiful accounts of her saving sailors from drowning in rough seas. Kuan Yin is associated with jade because of its protective properties. In this case, it is said to help with going underwater, both literally and figuratively, drowning in the ocean or in the flood of emotions. So, air signs, you can be connected to water. You can have water somewhere heavy in your chart. She is coming to you today about the deep medicine that comes from being willing to bear witness to someone else's pain, to really listen, to have to move from the ego to the soul so that the story we are listening to doesn't become about us or trigger us. This also applies to the moments when we are listening to the story we tell ourselves about who we are. We are often far harsher and less forgiving to ourselves than we would have ever been to someone else. Kuan Yin suggests that we listen simply with curiosity. Curiosity allows us to detach from needing to take the suffering of someone we love personally. Curiosity is a door that leads to compassion. It frees us from feeling as though we have to react to what we hear or defend or explain our part in their suffering. We could just perceive the pain that they are in, or we can finally hear our own cries of despair and not seek to judge or justify them. We can just be present to what needs to be heard. Kuan Yin is a powerful energy of giving witness to our own or to someone else's suffering. Often, just a calm, abiding presence of compassion is all that is needed to transform that suffering into clear light. What pain or suffering can I listen to now with curiosity? All right. So I'm just going to read because this card came out last week. We can get caught up in the ego's idea of who we need to become or what we need to achieve. Fatima is the grace that sweeps through our seemingly complex lives and reminds us of what's core, what's solid earth to the soul family. And even if family means a few beloved friends, what matters most is the love and gratitude we bring to those who are there for us, and the love and gratitude we feel when they show up for us. Nurturing, protecting, and taking care of the ones we love is a sacred occupation. My great grandmother, Big Margie, advised me that if I ever had children, I needed to make sure I got paid for it. I had no clue what she was talking about. The idea was so foreign. Babe Margie believed that women should have a wage for the time they spent raising children so that their work would at least be valued. The role of a housewife or a stay at home mom is sacred and is consciously chosen. It is a profound contribution to raise and reconstitute the world. There is a legacy of love that can be inherited by the whole family, each undivided attention and presence. Fatima restores the significance and importance to the spiritual path of motherhood. Look, the yoni symbol, motherhood. Fatima is also called to step back, take a deep breath, and take inventory of how much you can be grateful for right now in this moment. She releases you from unrealistic expectations of yourself, whether you have mothered a child, a friend, or yourself. Fatima helps you see again the vital role the nurture provides. She offers a perspective that says love is the family we all belong to, and gratitude is a state of wealth we get to live in. Okay, so that is the two divine feminines that came through. So Kuan Yin, seek solitude. What did she say? She was the master number 33. Look, 33. That's what this was. So seek solitude. Kuan Yin wants you to seek solitude so that you can recognize some sort of maybe pain and suffering that you've endured so that you can release it. Master number 33 is very significant here. Fatima, the mother of imams, share a breath. Look, the butterfly. Kuan Yin had that butterfly on it. Which a 4 and 9 adds up to a 13. So 1 3 or 3 3 1 3 1 1 1 3 is the place today, air signs. Take your time. 43. All right, Kuan Yin, 33. Transitioning from the 5 sensory to the 6 sensory awareness can be very taxing to your nervous system. That's what you need to release the suffering of your nervous system. After all, you're beginning to consciously absorb and process a lot more energy and information that you're accustomed to. You need to build up your psychic muscles to a higher level of awareness. In the process, however, you can get energetically fatigued. Signs of psychic overload are irritability, moodiness, restlessness, sudden waves of inu, and extreme drowsiness. If you're experiencing these symptoms, have compassion. Compassion. And understand that your psychic system works hard for you and needs a break from time to time. Slow down the energetic input. You're in a growth spurt and must afford yourself regular and frequent periods of solitude as you adjust to a higher energy input. Sixth century people regenerate best when alone, with no one else to command their attention. Spending an hour here or there by yourself doing something you enjoy uninterrupted is one of the most important ways to keep your vibes clear and on track and right with the world. So I'm talking to somebody who is extreme empathic, extremely. You feel everything. Unplug the landline, turn off the cell phone, make an appointment with yourself, relax in the healing energy of solitude, and do so without guilt. Your spirit needs the psychic maintenance. And when you do this, call on Kuan Yin for her divine healing. Somebody also could be like getting on your last nerves, or doing some timetable here too. So 49 could have something to do with religion. So, air signs. One of the best ways to open up positive communication and good vibrations with others is to share a breath. Observe their breathing pattern and match it with your own. Do this 4 or 5 breaths, longer if possible. You can enhance this report by breathing deeply in through your nose and exhaling slowly out. This relaxes your muscles, relieves tension, stress, and opens your fifth chakra or communication center to a higher vibration. Sharing a breath is particularly effective when you feel anxious or having difficulty understanding or agreeing with another. It's a powerful technique in diffusing conflicts because your spirit connects and establishes a common vibration, making for harmony in thought and emotion. A shared breath is a shared spirit. It involves solution, creativity, cooperation to any situation. Exactly what is needed right now. All right. Is to just sit and share a breath. All right. All right. So let's move on. All right. So Kuan Yin, what does the element of air need to release? Being defensive. Look, does that look like Kuan Yin? Does that not look like her? Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered, hear someone out, and then offer a clear, non defensive response. All right, so share a breath, right? Share that breath. Sit and breathe it out. Negative thinking, and there's a miracle about to occur. Because this is somebody has an unhealthy relationship here. Why? Because they keep comparing themselves to other people, and I feel like it's envy, jealousy. Yeah, somebody could have an identity problem, imposter syndrome. All right, so Fatima, share breath. What do they need to let go? Yeah, I'm telling you, surrender to miracles. Somebody has strong water in their chart. Look at the moon. The new in Pisces, this portal that's opening up is very significant. Yeah, you got, see, unhealthy relationships where there's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of competition, a lot of, somebody keeping their eyes focused on you instead of focusing on their own strengths, instead of focusing on what needs to be healed within them, right? Instead, they're very defensive, right? Somebody could be setting boundaries and somebody is like, all right. So surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So breathe it out, whatever it is. That's the solution here for somebody. Kuan Yin, seek solitude and surrender defensiveness. Six of Swords, and move on. This is that third eye chakra. So this talks about moving on from the toxic emotion of suffering, of pain, when it comes to relationships, business, lover, family, friend, that are toxic. Toxic people. Look, toxic. Toxic people who don't want to do the inner work. They're too busy focused on making you suffer, for some of you. So you don't have to worry about defending yourself to anybody. It's about standing in your power. Okay, well, I hear what you're saying, but listen, I don't have to respond to that. I choose not to respond to that. I choose not to have to defend myself. I choose not to have to defend myself, and I am moving on from it. I'm telling you, trust in your intuition, breaking free of that toxic chain when it comes to relationships. Trust in your intuition. Feel insecure within thyself. Root chakra, Ace of Cups. Feel insecure within yourself. Mind, body, heart, and soul. Letting go of egotistical people. Letting go of people who think they are know-it-alls. People who want to focus on your weaknesses, but don't want to address their own, right? I'm going to focus on your weaknesses because I don't want to address my own. Because if I focus on yours, then, that makes me feel better. All right. Fatima, share breath, and surrender miracles. Two of Coins in reverse. So something is out of balance here. Let's talk about two people not being on the same page. 69 could be significant. 62 could be significant. 26 could be significant, which is this year. 666 could be significant. 369 could be significant. Yeah. Two of Wands. Knight of Swords. This is somebody who's, I'm always right? Always on the defense. Always picking a fight. Not wanting to hear both sides of a story, right? They're too busy being triggered, right? The Two of Wands. They're just something about a decision to team up with somebody, to try to steal somebody's idea or steal their power, right? Try to snuff out their flame. Look, another 3. Look, a Hierophant. That talks about religion. See the eye? Somebody could have a psychic eye on you. Focusing on your money. Focusing on what you do for a daily routine. Trying to make you weak-minded, weak-willed. Causing you a lot of mental pain and suffering here with the Six of Swords. The Hierophant rules Taurus. This is somebody who's very stubborn. Somebody who's like, it's my way or the highway. My way is the right way. I don't care what you got to say, right? They don't want to hear the other person out. So the Hierophant does rule, it can really talk about a religious structure. Yeah, clarify the Two of Coins in reverse, please, and thank you. I have one card for the Two of Coins in reverse, and then we'll go into the crystals. Ten of Cups. This is somebody who's wearing rose-colored glasses. Heading into another 3. So this is somebody who's wearing rose-colored glasses. This is all, could also be talking about a family member who is way out of balance. Way out of balance. And it's like they're refusing to open up a door to see something from a different perspective. Could have something to do with money, with the ship coming in. Could be an extended family member as well. Yeah, somebody is like, somebody doesn't want to do the work. This is somebody who does not want to do the work. They do not want to heal. They would rather stay in a toxic relationship than address what needs to be healed. The Knight of Wands is somebody who is there for the good time, not the long time. Come in, get in a toxic relationship, and then move on to the next adventure. Yeah, third-party situations. Somebody's making some sort of a decision here. Alrighty, that is your message. Let's get some crystals. Lemurian quartz could be significant. Record keeper, power of the song, and creativity. Spirit of Well, help me connect with my guides and discover my personal truth so I can sing my song. Thank you, Aho. Look. Fish, dolphins, whales, Pisces. Flamingo, emerald, heart healer, balance, and grace. Spirit Flamingo, help me feel and release my emotions so that I may find balance. Thank you, Aho. And that's what Kuan Yin talks about. Grasshopper. Spirit of Grasshopper, teach me to trust my intuition so that I'm always moving forward towards goals. Thank you, Aho. Abundance, intuition, and luck. And that is all about that miracle that's about to occur in your life. So let go of any resistance. Trust your heart. And I feel like this is talking about Chiron that's about to go retrograde next month in Taurus. Will be very significant. I think it retrograde on the 3rd, 8-3. Something about 8-3 is very significant. All right, thank you for watching, air signs. Have a great